What's going on, guys? So today is day 2 of my $500 to $1,000 goal that I've set out for myself. A couple other people have started following along with it and trying to accomplish that goal for themselves also. So fantastic, and I hope the best to everyone, hoping them exceed that goal as quickly as possible as with myself. So let's talk here for a second. I traded ADMP, and many of you know there's great news on it recently. The FDA just approved the company to start producing a new EpiPen that will start being produced in the second half of the year. So there was extremely good news on this company over the past day. So I'm going to go into yesterday's trading and show you where it shot up 50%. Moving into pre-market today, I'll show you where I got in and where I got out. Unfortunately, it was a loss on the day, but that's okay. I cut my losses really quick, so I wasn't, getting a big loss on my streak here. With that being said, we always have to practice cutting our losses quickly as soon as a trade looks like it's going against you, and you have to practice, taking your profits while you can. Today I made a silly mistake, and that's actually why I lost, and we're really going to go over what I did wrong here, and it was really, really silly. It had no way, shape, or form of me just playing the trade incorrectly. It was me not paying attention to my screen when I should have been paying attention to my screen. And that's one thing I always stress, is you always have to be focused and ready and have your finger on the trigger, and pretty much I just broke one of my biggest rules for the day, and it costed me. Not a lot of money, but it did cost me. So let's go into the trade. I'm going to show you exactly where I got in, got out, why I took the trade, and I always stress that you should never trade based on exactly what I do. You have to figure out what works best for you and find out, some type of strategy that's going to keep you in that winning circle. With that being said, I'm no way, shape, or form anybody's financial advisor, so don't hold me to it on my trade and stuff. With that being said, do what works best for you, promote your own best practices, and hopefully these videos will teach you some good strategies, and then you can just kind of incorporate that into what you're trying to do within the stock market. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we're going to go over exactly everything you should need to know about my $500 to $1,000 challenge. Alright guys, so here we are. We're looking at the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. This is what I use to always analyze my stocks, to get in where I want to get in, and basically judge and analyze what stocks I'm looking at trading. So what you're looking at right now is kind of a spread out time frame of basically yesterday's end of the day going into aftermarket hours, today's pre-market hours, and right into the trading day right now. So if you follow my cursor, yesterday the news broke, and this thing just shot, actually gapped up, then it moved up, and it closed up about 50% on the day. So that was a huge move. Anybody who actually caught that yesterday, fantastic. I wasn't trading at that point, so I wouldn't have caught it. So now as we move into the aftermarket hours, it kind of trickled up, and it was still on an uptrend, which is nice. Now we go into pre-market hours, and we get some sell-off, which to me looks like it was probably people that traded after hours or got in at the end of the day yesterday, selling off and taking their profits. So that was one reason I didn't have a big issue getting into the trade right at about the bell opening. I seen this right here as people taking their profits, so I wouldn't see a huge dump off right away. We did start off with the 1 minute red candle, and I'll show you why I ended up getting in. So based on the reason I got in close to the bell open, which I tend not to always do, and I stress that it's a very volatile time to get in, and it may not be the best option for a lot of people, is because it is really volatile, and it can just go, either way, up or down. With that being said, the reason I really got in, and I'm going to zoom in, the reason I really got in right at the bell open, I didn't get in on the first candle, I got in the second candle. The reason I did that is A, because this thing had tons of news. The first 1 minute candle didn't completely dump off, and this is where I got in. I got in at $6.24, which was right about there on the candle. And the reason I got in there was we had the first red candle, then we opened up with the green candle, and I'll zoom in a little bit more. So on this green candle, second 1 minute candle of the day, I got in once I noticed the green candle break above a lot of the moving averages here. Then it broke above the VWAP, and then it also broke the high of the first 1 minute candle. Once I seen the candle break the high of the first 1 minute candle, I got in to go long, and then I rode it all the way up, up until here, and I was actually, I was just pretty much watching at this point. But on this candle right here, this top candle, I turned away from the computer and started doing a few things on my phone and fiddling around with the Robinhood app and a few other people that were messaging me, and I wasn't paying attention, and I got caught off guard, and by the time I looked back, we had this red candle, and then boom, we had this huge sell-off, and I got caught in the downtrend. Now, I did break my rule. I could have cut my losses here for a little bit of profit, which I really should have done. And then I broke my rule and got a little bit of emotional and waited till this thing was going to bounce, because you tend to see bounces happen like this quite often. So really, knowing that, stocks tend to bounce again right off the open and off their sell-off, I waited and I held, and I waited to see if it was going to break through its high, which it didn't break through and sustain. And at that point, I should have honestly gotten out, knowing that the trade was probably going to fail. And so I broke a couple rules here. Not staying focused and paying attention up top here and turning away from my computer. I should have cut my losses up here. I didn't. I got emotional, and then I waited for the bounce back, which did happen, and I should have sold back up here once I got back up to the high. And knowing that we had trouble breaking through it, I should have sold up top here. And then I ended up holding until we got about down here, and then I just kind of cut my losses for a 1.25% loss, which wasn't huge. And I could have done much better in the trade, by paying attention up here and taking in profit, taking in profit right here before it turned to a loss, and then once again selling up here on the bounce back when we didn't break through its previous high. So there was 3 points that I could have done much better. Paying attention, selling on this breakdown here for still some profit, selling up here for more profit. But what I did do well is obviously cut my losses quick right here before it really tanked that I knew that was coming. So that was my trade for today. I could have done much better, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to show you my profit and loss for the day, which is right here on the Robinhood screen. This is actually an app that I downloaded to my computer, which will allow me to download apps through the Google Play Store, and so I can have Robinhood up on my screen, because it does help me look at how much percent I'm up on the day, while I'm trading. So typically what I will do is I'll have my phone open with my shares ready to sell and just ready to slide up, while at the same time having this up so I can see the exact amount of percent in money I've gone up, because you don't want to get caught, looking at your screen to see how much money you're up and then switching to the sell screen on Robinhood where it doesn't tell you the actual percent or money that you've increased, and then, get caught losing some money. So the reason I have this up is so I can see exactly how much percent or how much money I've gone up on the day, while my phone is ready to swipe up and sell my shares, because I don't want to be looking at my phone to see how much I've gone up, then click the sell button going into the sell screen, then try and play around getting all my shares in place to sell. In that whole time period, the price could easily drop on you. You can be losing profit. So I'm always ready to go and ready to sell. So that was my trade for the day, the second day of my $500 to $1,000 goal I set out for myself. So we finished the day down $6.55, which isn't huge. So I'm not too worried about it. And coming into next week, obviously, I'm going to take better note and practice, get into some better habits here of obviously not turning away from my computer, which is what I always stress. So I do believe that I'm going to get to that $1,000 goal very shortly. There's a better trades I could have taken out there today besides ADMP, but ADMP did seem pretty promising with the news that it had on it. So, all in all, it was still a good day cutting my losses short. Unfortunately, it was a red day, but either way, I'm still finishing the week up 5.53%. So it's still green for the week, and so tomorrow we're going to capitalize on that and keep a nice green winning streak. So I hope you guys like the video, and always join the TechBud Solutions group. It's a really great platform to join if you haven't already. And if you would, please like and subscribe to my videos. I'm always coming out with more videos, so if you would like to be notified of when I come out with videos like these, rather than having to search them up for yourself, you'll just get a quick notification that the video that I've now uploaded is out for you, ready to view. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos, and comment and post if you have any questions, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible with the best answer for you. Thanks.